Hey YouTube, Swamp Piper 84 coming your way today with a VR to a VR. I think it might be one of the first of its kind, I don't know, but Smokin Irishman did a VR to my contest, which, by the way, contest going on, talk for 5 minutes about whatever the hell you want to talk about. I'll put the link to my giveaway video, which is a few videos back. It's 150 subs, appreciation thing. Got a lot of cool shit I'm giving away, so go check out the video if you haven't checked it out, and come out with the VRs, guys. It's got until July 4th, so I'm gonna do a Independence Day celebration giveaway video type thing. So might be an extravaganza video like my St. Patrick's Day one. But anyways, guys, Smokin Irishman did a VR, and in his VR, he asked a question. Now, before I get into that question, I'm smoking my P2 series billiard from Dagner Pipes, and I'm smoking a little Hearth and Home marble cake. It's a Red Virginia, Bright Virginia's crumble cake. So, good stuff. I don't smoke it that often, but it's not bad. But next question. He asked, is it okay for a band to continue on with the band name if a member passes away or, moves on to other things? Examples that he gave were AC/DC, which is a great example. And when Bon Scott passed away after freezing to death in his car because he drank too much whiskey and didn't feel the cold, he was replaced by Brian Johnson. Now, that's okay to me. Number one, because Brian Johnson's awesome and definitely is a good homage to Bon Scott while also doing his own thing, which is great. And my main thing is they had most of the original members, if not all the original members at that point. Malcolm, Angus, Phil Rudd. I'm sorry I forget the bass player's name. Most people do. But yeah, I'm okay with that. As long as at least two of the original members are still in the band, I'm okay with keeping the name. Another example you gave was Queen. Queen's kind of different because, to my knowledge, they're touring as Queen with, they had Paul Rogers for a little while, so it was Queen with Paul Rogers. And now you have Adam Lambert touring with them, so I do believe it's still Queen with Adam Lambert. It's not just Queen. I might be mistaken on that, but to my knowledge, it's just basically Queen with the same thing Alice in Chains did for a little while. They do benefit shows after Lane Staley passed away, and it was Alice in Chains with a bunch of just guest singers that come up. I know Maynard from Tool sung for a little bit. A few other people came up and sung before they settled on the guy that they have now, who is quite capable, and I'm actually going to go see them in August, so that's awesome. But they kept the name, and that's cool. Metallica was another one that you mentioned. When Cliff Burton passed away, then moving on with the name, it's fine. Cliff, of course, wasn't the original bass player. You had Rob McGovney, who left before the band recorded the first album, as well as Dave Mustaine, who left before recording their first album. And that was lead guitarist for Dave Mustaine and bass for Ron McGovney, respectively. And them moving on with the name, that's fine, because James Hetfield is singer and rhythm guitar player, and Lars is drummer, were the two original members. They're the ones that formed the band, so it was their band name. The problem that I have is when guys like Lynyrd Skynyrd, love Lynyrd Skynyrd, classical Lynyrd Skynyrd, everything else, after that plane crash, there was several years where they didn't do anything. And then, of course, Van Zant's brother stepped up and started singing for him and doing benefit shows and like a tribute tour, to remember his brother and everyone else that passed away in that plane crash. Well, they started making new music, and I was okay with that because there was more than one original member. I mean, you had Billy Powell there, you had Gary Rossington still playing guitar, you had, I can't believe I'm forgetting the dude's name. Bass player had the always wearing the crazy hats, but he was still there. I mean, there was quite a few of the original members still playing, and that's fine. Now the problem I have now is all the original members except for Gary Rossington have passed away. Gary Rossington, I'm not sure if he's still in the band or if he was kicked out. I know he's been kicked out of the band a few times. But them continuing to have the Skinner name and tour and everything else, that's not cool. Another band that's kind of like that is Guns N' Roses. You got Axl Rose, who's the only original member left, and honestly, should this be called Roses? I mean, hell, technically they shouldn't have even been called Guns N' Roses on the first album because Tracy Guns, who helped form the band, hence the name Guns N' Roses, left the band before recording an album, but they kept the name Guns N' Roses. So, a little interesting fact there. But anyways, yeah, that's my answer to the question. As long as there's more than, one original member in the band, I think it's okay for them to continue on and keep the band name. When there's only like one guy walking around, playing, hey, this is Lynyrd Skynyrd, or this is Guns N' Roses, or even back in like the 90s, this is Black Sabbath, because Tony Iommi was the only guy left in Black Sabbath. That, I tend to have a little bit of a problem with that. But hey, if it's good music though, I can kind of look over it a little bit, But anyways, guys, until next time, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope this answers your question, Nick. Alright, guys, peace.